In the aftermath of the 2024 election, America is even more divided than before. Half the country fears the end of democracy, and the other half welcomes it. As America inches toward the brink of authoritarian rule, now more than ever, we must force ourselves to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the Necessary Conversation. I'm Chad Colchin. With me is my fellow lefty sister, Haley Pope. And today, only my mom here to support the Orange Ones cult. Our dad has failed to join us for reasons unknown.
But your dad said he would do Wednesday. So maybe just you and him Wednesday can duke it out.
Okay, I'm down for that. If he really is going to do it, I feel like he'll bail again.
I don't know. I think he will.
All right, we'll see. We have a pretty big show today. A lot has happened. It is post-Christmas. We are still in the holiday season, ramping up to New Year's Eve. I hope everybody out there is having a good holiday. Today, we're going to be talking about Trump's Christmas meltdown, posting 150 posts in 24 hours. There's a million new Epstein files. Trump is just accepting open payment for pardons now. The 60 Minutes segment on CCOT that got scrapped, but then got leaked. No National Guard in Chicago. And Trump is defending a supporter of human trafficking. We will get to all of that. Mom, do you have any ditties?
You have that picture I sent you?
Yeah.
This is going to be my ditty real quick. I won't do it real long. Where's the picture? Where is it? Oh, there he is. That's Petey the Quaker Parrot.
Yeah.
Bob and I owned Petey the Quaker Parrot when we lived in Texas in Flower Mound, but we had to move to Richmond and I was afraid it would stress him. So I found a woman that was wonderful that had her own bird sanctuary in her home. Her name was Margaret. She lived in Gainesville.
Okay.
Petey went to live with Margaret. Each year I've got Christmas cards from Margaret that Petey is still alive and well. And Petey has a girlfriend named Topper, who is a umbrella cockatoo, beautiful white bird.
All right.
And then they also have a friend named Choo Choo that is an Amazon double yellow-headed parrot. So those three are the three that she has now. Margaret, I opened the card and I was like, please be a picture of Petey in there. Please let me know he's still alive. He's 23 now.
Yeah.
When I opened it, no picture. My heart sank. Then I started reading the letter. I'm trying to make this short. The letter said, Margaret has been in and out of a nursing home this last year. Her sister was writing the letter. Her name is Glenda. Okay. Mary Lou, would you like Petey and the two birds back? We can no longer take care of them. Oh, or do you know anyone that might have love birds the way that you do, the way that you love animals? Mm-hmm. And the letter went on and said some other things. I immediately contacted her, and I know exactly who's going to take our birds, the three. And guess what? She lives right here in Oklahoma with me. I will be able to see Petey anytime I want. She has the cages to go rescue them, to bring them back, to travel with them. So I rehomed 3 birds, 1 puppy within a week and a half. Salute me. Hello.
I salute you. Animal foster mother of the year.
Of the week and a half, for sure. Okay. So Petey's coming back more or less.
That's great.
And I would take him in myself, but they've been together for, almost 18 years. You don't separate them. And Petey says 200 phrases. The umbrella one says, I think 100. So my friend is just like so excited to get him. And she has her own designated bird room too.
That's fantastic. I remember when you guys had that bird, Rudy, the Chihuahua, was also alive at that time.
Yes.
And that bird liked to taunt Rudy, the Chihuahua, basically, and go, Rudy, Rudy. And he'd run into the bird room, and then the bird would laugh at him.
Well, no, Rudy would go to the back door to go out and pee. And I used to go to the back door and say, Rudy, got to pee pee? And that bird would say that when he saw the dog at the back door. Quaker parrots are very well known for association. So he would yell, Rudy got to pee pee. And there was the dog at the back door.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Diddy, and congratulations to Petey, Topper, and what was the other one's name?
Choo
Choo
choo.
choo.
Choo Choo.
And Haley has a sparrow story.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty brief. We just got a little brother for our black cat, Lydia. We got another black cat,
Uh-huh.
little kitten.
She tells me to not get any more pets, and then all of a sudden she's got a new one.
Well, Lydia, I think, was exhibiting signs of loneliness and boredom. When we brought him home yesterday, she hissed at him all day long. But today, they've been playing all day long. She's still like, she like, like soft paws him. She doesn't stick claws out, but she'll pop like on his
Yeah.
head to kind of show him who's boss. But he's such a dipshit. He just lays down and like dies.
All right.
He's honestly perfect for her, so we're happy.
I wanted
Fantastic.
a picture of them, and Haley goes, "Not happening yet."
Oh, I
Together.
got I got one now. I got some.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
warming up.
Moving on to our listener question. If you would like to submit a question to this very program, all you have to do is record it in a 1 minute or shorter video. Email it to the necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com. I go through as many as I can. We are getting quite a few now. We might have to do a special episode here in the near future where we just answer a bunch of questions. I'm not sure. But today, are you ready for this question?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Layla. I'm from the Midwest. My question is for Mary Lou specifically. Recently on the Wednesday episodes, you made some comments about Islam and Muslims and Sharia law specifically. I'm Muslim and both my parents are Muslim. My dad is African American, born and raised here, and my mom is from Eastern Europe and a naturalized citizen. She's been here for over 30 years. I wanted to ask Mary Lou, where have you done your specific research on Islam and Islamic principles? Thank you, and I look forward to hearing your answers. Bye-bye.
So, Mom, the
Just
question is,
yeah, I
where are
heard
you
her.
getting your information on the Muslim faith and Islam?
Just the things that I've read online.
Which is
Now,
from
what I
where?
would like to ask her
Hang on.
is,
Where
does she
online?
follow? Does she
Mom, can you
follow?
hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
Where,
me?
yes. Where
Okay.
online are you reading this?
Just on the World Wide Web, on the computer.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
am I supposed to say?
Newsmax.com. I
Some
just
of it,
watched Newsmax
yes.
for like 10 minutes before we jumped on here, by the way.
Uh-huh.
It's almost impossible to describe how bad it is at every level. Not only are they just saying propaganda, visually horrible. They had the two anchors clearly on a green screen in a studio, and they were trying to make it look like they were standing on the beach at Mar-a-Lago. Doesn't look like they're there at all. The news crawl is going by, and it says there's a big story in the Midwest prohibiting holiday travel. It was supposed to say storm. So even in the little news crawl, which is not news at all, there's all kinds of typos and shit. It's terrible. I can't believe that you watch it. Anyways, hi, Mom. Hello.
You're glitching a little bit. You're
You're
glitching a little
glitching.
bit. I didn't. But anyway, her question, I mean, I read from all over, but the part about Islamic, if they govern by Sharia law or not. Because some of those people that are here in the United States, they want their own government, they want their own law.
Uh-huh.
They have not assimilated into our American laws and culture. And they
Okay.
don't want to. They hate us.
Okay. And so again, the
That's
question was, where do you get that information?
online, things that I read
World
and
Wide
on the
Web. That's the
news.
answer.
Yes.
Okay.
I wish her the best. She
Well,
seemed very
she
nice.
she is an American citizen, and I think she said that her mom has been for 30 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So
So
they're
they,
American citizens who just practice. They're
right.
Muslims.
Right. And some, not most, but some of the people that I am concerned about are the ones that are not citizens, that are illegal, that go by another government and not ours and hate us. That's
Okay.
the ones I'm concerned about.
Okay, you're making shit up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where does it tell you that there are people here who hate us, hate our government, and want a different government? I'm not saying that of course, there are all kinds of cultures, religions, and ideologies all over the world that don't like democracy or don't like America. I am not disputing that. But where are you getting this information? That was the question.
I see a bunch on Instagram. I see some on
In what
TikTok.
form? When you see this information on Instagram,
The
how
same
is it
kind of,
delivered to you?
in the clips, the same kind of clips that you show me on Wednesdays.
But
Okay.
from like the White House official, from Marjorie Taylor Greene,
No.
from
Well, some maybe from other podcasters, some from
Alex Jones,
other podcasters mainly is where I find it.
Ben
Who's the
Shapiro.
biggest podcast that you listen to or that you watch clips of?
I like Megyn Kelly. I like Ben Shapiro.
Right.
And then that new Maga girl I love that you guys laughed at her clip last week. I like her a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have your answer. If you have any questions for us, once again, just put it in a 1 minute or shorter video format. Send it to the necessaryconversationpod.com. Sorry, necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Too early. I wake up and it's constant. There's always some message from you, Mom, about like wanting to start the show earlier. I budget my time to the fucking minute.
Give me a break. 15 minutes early because my grandson's going to walk through the front door 15 minutes before we end the podcast.
But it's 15 minutes early on the day of, 20 minutes before we start recording.
Oh, boo-hoo.
All right.
Boo-hoo.
Let's move on to our first topic this week. Trump's Christmas meltdown. On Christmas Day this week, Trump suffered a paranoid mental breakdown, posting almost 150 times in the 24-hour period. Instead of wishing Americans a safe and happy holiday, Trump used the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ to attack his political opponents and critics, defend his record, lash out at Democrats, the media, and a range of perceived adversaries, attempt to divert attention from the Epstein files, complain about the 2020 election, brag about killing Nigerians, and repost offensive memes. Mom, did you see any of these posts?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to read a couple of them for you right now.
Okay.
Merry Christmas to all, including the many sleazebags who loved Jeffrey Epstein, gave him bundles of money, went to his island, attended his parties, and thought he was the greatest guy on earth, only to, quote, drop him like a dog when things got too, all caps, hot. Falsely claimed they had nothing to do with him, didn't know him, said he was a disgusting person, and then blame, of course, President Donald J. Trump, who is actually the one who did drop Epstein, and long before it became fashionable to do so. When their names get brought out in the ongoing radical left witch hunt, plus one low-life Republican Massey, and it is revealed that they are Democrats all, there will be a lot of explaining to do, much like there was when it was made public that the Russia hoax was a fictitious story, a total scam, and had nothing to do with, all caps and in quotes, Trump. The failing New York Times, among many others, was forced to apologize for their bad and faulty election, quote, reporting, even to the point of losing many subscribers due to their highly inaccurate, all in parentheses, all caps, fake coverage. Now the same losers are at it again. Only this time, so many of their friends, mostly innocent, will be badly hurt and reputationally tarnished, but sadly, that's the way it is in the world of corrupt Democrat politics. Enjoy what may be your last Merry Christmas.
Jesus
President
Christ.
Donald J. Trump. That was on December 25th,
It's
6:51
like drunk
p.m.
grandpa at Christmas time.
There's another one.
Christ.
Merry Christmas to all, including the radical left scum that is doing everything possible to destroy our country but are failing badly. We no longer have open borders, men and women's sports, transgender for everyone, a phrase I have no idea what that means, or weak law enforcement. What we do have is a record stock market and 401ks, lowest crime numbers in decades, no inflation, and yesterday, a 4.3 GDP, 2 points better than expected. Tariffs have given us trillions of dollars in growth and prosperity, and the strongest national security we've ever had. We are respected again, perhaps like never before. God bless America. President DJT.
This is
I love our
insane.
president.
This is
I love our president. Now,
okay.
Is he like any other president we've ever had? No. Would any other president do this? No. Sometimes the verbiage that he uses, is a little bit harsh for especially the liberals who are corrupt.
And full of lies. President. It's just a bunch of lies. It's like an incoherent rant of lies.
Those are not lies. All of that were truths about the border, about everything.
All of that were truth. Let me ask you this.
And the last one was about the Christians that are being slaughtered in Nigeria.
You want me to read that one too?
Why would you not want us to go over there and bomb them and get rid of ISIS.
Do you think Jesus wants us to bomb people?
I think Jesus wants what's right for people.
You think
Okay.
And
ISIS
for
is really there?
Christians not to be killed and
Okay.
terrorized. I
Let
think
me-
that's what Jesus
okay.
wants.
Okay. All of these tweets, those were just two of over 150 or approximately 150 that he tweeted on Christmas Day. The other one that I had on here that I didn't read because I just got tired of reading all of the shit was about killing Nigerians.
Yes. And you know what? That statement, I had not read that. And then I was out walking one morning and one of my neighbors said, "Did you see that tweet?" Because they love Donald Trump. I said, "No, I didn't." And they explained it. Then I went and read it.
Okay. I'll read it now. Let me just read it.
Okay.
Tonight this is also on Christmas. Tonight at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop slaughtering Christians, there would be hell to pay, and tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if the slaughter of Christians continues.
Jesus Christ.
He can do all this, right? He can launch the strikes. He can even be proud about it and all this. Do you think it's presidential behavior in any way to be calling the radical left scum, that's me and Haley, to be talking about these Epstein files like everybody else is in them, not me, and then to celebrate the death of human beings by his hand? Is that something you should be tweeting about on Christmas?
The death of ISIS is fine with me. Kill them all.
But it's Christmas Day.
Like I
and
said.
And he is celebrating murdering people.
Like I said, he is a president like we have never seen before or had before, but he's getting the job done. And I don't agree with some of the verbiage there, especially on Christmas, but I agree with what he's doing to protect us all. And also in Nigeria, there are like 3 million people under siege because they're Christians. And their government is not doing a lot. I think an ambassador maybe a year ago came over and said, help. So thank God we have a president that will stand up and help these people. They're destroying their villages. They're destroying their homes. They're destroying places that they worship just because they're Christians.
Why don't you feel the same about Palestinians?
We've gone over that before. That's a war. That's a different thing.
It's not a war.
I don't believe Christians should just be slaughtered down for no reason.
Should Palestinians?
We've discussed this before.
Meaning you're okay with that?
Meaning that war is going to go on forever.
It's not a war.
Okay. I believe it is.
All right. Do you think posting 150 times in a day is something a mentally stable person does? None
of those tweets are mentally stable. Jesus. It's ramblings. Like there's no punctuation. He's just rambling. There's like zero punctuation, all caps, just ranting. He's fucking insane.
You've accused me of doing that. Am I stable?
Even you don't post 150 times a day on Christmas Day, and you're the president. That means that day he literally was doing nothing else.
No, he was taking care of our country and bombing ISIS.
Try and post 150 times a day. Try and do it. A lot of these posts that he was doing were retweets of memes and shit. He reposted something from a parody website that is very liberal, but they posted, I forget exactly what it was. They posted something that was like a parody of him, and it looked like it was in support of Trump in like a crazy way. And he reposted it thinking it was sincere. So he's stupid on top of it all. Like, can you imagine if Joe Biden would have posted 150 times on Christmas Day and talked about the radical right-wing scum, et cetera, et cetera? You would lose your mind.
Yeah.
He could have never done that. He slept all day long.
Okay.
You're missing the whole point here. Donald Trump.
No, I'm not. You're not
crazy.
I told you I don't agree with the verbiage and some of that.
Forget the verbiage.
He probably shouldn't have done that many posts. But guess what? He's my president. I like him.
So you'll forgive the fact that he's clearly in mental decline. Posting 150 times a day is insane.
No, you know what it is? I don't think he's mentally declining. I think he is so tired of all the bullshit on the left side attacking him in so many different ways. He's just spewing it back out. That's what's happening. He's tired of it all, Chad.
Well,
He's
let's move
tired
on
of
to
being held accountable for being a pedophile.
Yeah,
He's tired
exactly.
of that.
Okay, that was never proven, and so you need to get on that off of
Well,
that.
speaking of, our next topic is 1 million new Epstein files. This week, Pam Bondi and the DOJ continued their unchecked criminal behavior by breaking Trump's Epstein Transparency Act when they publicly stated there are still, quote, over 1 million more documents potentially related to Jeffrey Epstein's case that have been uncovered and must now be redacted and released, a process that could take weeks or even months. DOJ officials say the delay in identifying and reviewing these materials comes down to the sheer volume of documents and the need to protect victim privacy through redactions. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has introduced a new resolution to pursue legal action against the DOJ for not complying with Trump's own law that he signed into law over a month ago. Representatives Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie are considering contempt charges against Attorney General Pam Bondi for incomplete or heavily redacted disclosures. Now, Mom, I'm just going to take you through the timeline. Pam Bondi says, there are files. I have them all on my desk and we're going to release them all.
I remember
Then,
this.
Oops,
then she
there
did
are no
not.
files.
And then
Files
she said
don't
nothing.
exist.
Right.
Then Congress passes this law. It goes to Trump's desk. He has no choice but to sign it or he's going to look very bad. He signs it into law, the Epstein Transparency Act.
Right.
You have until December 19th to produce all of the Epstein files.
Right.
They don't. They're
Right.
still trickling out the ones from the first batch. So they
Right.
have missed that window. They are now breaking the law. They're in violation of a law Trump signed a month and a half ago.
Right.
Now, there's 1 million new files. Oopsie. We didn't know about those. That's going to take us a while to get through, so give us some time. They're breaking the law, but because they're the DOJ, there is no one to enforce this law against them. They are that law enforcement governing body. No one will ever be held accountable while they are in the driver's seat of that organization. Why do you think Pam Bondi missed 1 million documents?
Kind of crazy. I know. Very crazy. Somebody needs to be held accountable for all this mess.
Who?
And
Who?
I totally believe they
Wait,
were.
wait. Who? Who should be held
Probably
accountable?
Pam Bondi.
Fired.
What?
Fired?
Needs to be held accountable. I don't know
What?
if fired or she needs to go out and say something more. Because, okay, number one, who's going to read 1 million files? Somebody.
The
They need to
DOJ.
put somebody
That's their
over
job.
this that can read all of this.
You think it's Kash Patel, the head of the FBI? He's a fucking idiot.
If Trump was really in trouble with his name in here and in all of this, this would have been released by the Democrats a long time
You're
ago.
wrong.
I've told
Okay.
you this 1,000
I had
times.
no, and you're wrong every time.
I think they're holding
Listen
on
to what I'm
for it
about to tell you.
because what?
Hang on. Hello?
Yes.
I had so many people send me this video this week. The reason the Democrats couldn't release the files is because the investigation was at the time ongoing. So if the FBI, DOJ is in the middle of an investigation, they can't release the files of that investigation.
I'm talking about before this all came about, before Trump ran for president, why didn't they throw it out?
He just told you.
In everybody's face.
Prior to that, before Biden, when there was no there was originally an investigation that gave Jeffrey Epstein that sweetheart deal where he could never be prosecuted again for anything. That fell away.
And he went
What's
to
that?
prison.
No, he didn't go to prison.
I thought he was in a jail cell and committed suicide.
That's after this investigation that happened during Biden. So all the evidence mounts, the rich and powerful control, basically, that all these rich and powerful people had over this entire thing starts to fall away a little bit. And an investigation is launched. Once it becomes a fever pitch, there's enough evidence, enough public outcry, it becomes the investigation. That all happened under Biden. That's why they could not release those files. They were in an active investigation.
Wake
Then,
up.
with
Your
Trump
sister.
in office, he can release all those files anytime he wants. He hems and haws about it. We're not going to do it. We have the files. We don't have the files. All the Republicans vote against releasing the files. You remember that, right?
Yes.
Until all of this shit has now happened and the files are getting released. So
I
when you
really
say the
believe this.
Democrats had these files and they
I
could have
really-
released them, they couldn't
Yes.
have.
No.
It was an active investigation. So that argument that you're making doesn't work.
Okay. How about this argument?
Okay.
There are high up officials, way higher up than what even Trump is, that they're saying, "Don't release this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it."
What are these
They're in
officials? What's
there.
higher than the president?
Other country leaders, other politicians.
What country do you think has more power than the United States?
Have no idea.
Okay.
Somebody, I'm not gonna say. I don't know.
What?
Why aren't you going to say?
Y'all are gonna jump on me anyway, whatever I say, and call me stupid. So I'm not gonna say it.
No, I'm not calling you stupid. I think that
Yes,
you
you
have been
are.
brainwashed by a very targeted campaign from all of these media companies that want to keep you locked in this perpetual state of fear and
serious.
anxiety.
Who's going to read 1 million pages?
That's their job. The people at the FBI and the DOJ.
Okay.
What do you
And
mean
you
who's going
think
to
they
read?
can do that in one day and then release them? I think it's going to
No.
take some time.
My question is, why are there a million documents that she's just finding out about now?
Right. That she said there were none. I know. She needs to be held accountable. She does.
But talking about officials who have more power, do you think she's doing this on her own? Trump is
No.
telling her to do all of this.
Not Trump, somebody else.
Who?
From another country, maybe.
Why is it never just Donald Trump? Like,
From another country that maybe
it's literally the most reasonable
something to do with
answer.
Charlie Kirk. That's all I'm going to say there. I'm not going to say too much.
Okay. My personal belief on these million files is, well, I mean, it's not even a belief. There's two possibilities here. One is they are doing this actively. There is nefarious purpose behind trickling these files out, behind hiding them, lying about how many there are, if we have them, if they exist. It's a hoax. It's not. I mean, Trump is still saying, calling it the Epstein files hoax. Do you think that these files are a hoax?
No.
Okay, so he's lying about that. Why would he be trying to get it in your mind that it's a hoax?
You tell me.
Because when his name is in it, you're not going to believe it because he's telling you it's not real. And you'll believe it because you're gullible and you're in a cult.
I believe he brought him down. He was one of the ones that brought him down.
Why do you believe that?
I just do.
But he has had nothing to do with bringing him down in any capacity.
Give me more evidence. I mean, that one story you told me about the girl in Oklahoma that was found shot, that has been on the Snoops as a lie. That was a lie. That was
No, that's not right.
Made up. Yes, it was. I looked it up.
Okay, hang on.
I looked that one up. I've looked it up in 2 different places. And, you know, it just depends on which side you're on here, whether you're going to believe it or not. In regard to that story that you told me.
I'm going to have to look at this later.
Okay.
I can't find it. New Epstein documents include a claim. I'll find it. I don't believe you. Because we did that last week with something and you were wrong. You were like, I looked it up on Snoops. It said it was a lie. I looked it up and it said it was true. So
Okay.
I question your ability to even use the internet at this point.
That's nice, Chad. I love you too. That's nice.
What do you mean? That's just a factual statement.
Okay.
I think there is a certain generation.
You find what you want to find. You find what you want to find on the internet.
So do you two too.
No.
Yes,
even beyond
you do.
finding what you want to find, you find evidence that is counter to what you believe to be true. And then when you read it back to us, you've done this a couple of times on this show, you read it as whatever you want it to be, even though it says the exact opposite. That's why I'm saying I think you have a view in your mind of whatever the situation is. You look it up online and whatever it says, you see it as corroborating your belief.
No, if I would read something that does not, then I would say I was wrong. I found it online. I was wrong. Haven't done that yet.
Do you still like RFK?
Yes.
So you're okay with them eliminating the Hep B vaccine for newborn babies?
Did not know about that one.
Yeah, you have to ask now in the hospital. So if you're just uneducated and you don't know what you're doing, your baby can now be sent home without that vaccine.
I do agree that our babies in the United States get way too many shots, and it's all perpetrated by the companies that make those vaccines to make more money. What is it like when you and Chad were little, you got so many shots, and now it's like triple the amount of shots that babies get?
Right, because of advancements in medical technology.
And money by big companies
Of
that
course.
want those vaccines in the
Everyone
babies.
wants to make money.
Just like COVID,
line,
just like
vaccines
COVID
work.
shot, just like COVID shot that I wish you two would not have got. And now they're finding big cancers in a lot of people, the blood clots, the deaths. I wish to God you guys wouldn't have got those vaccines.
All right. Let's move on to our third topic, paying for pardons. This week, the Wall Street Journal published an article by Joe Palazzolo called Inside the New Fast Track to a Presidential Pardon that outlined how wealthy elites use their money to access and bypass the traditional pardons process by lobbying Trump directly. Changpeng Zhao, the founder of the cryptocurrency exchange Binance, former Honduran president, and drug trafficker Juan Orlando Hernandez, Congressman Henry Cuellar and his wife, fraudster Joseph Schwartz, were all pardoned by Trump when lobbyists who charge around $1 million advocated directly for clemency, sometimes with promised, quote, success fees up to $5 million in some reported offers. The fast track does not go through the Justice Department's traditional review, and it can involve direct personal appeals at social events at Mar-a-Lago or meetings where Trump is present. The implication is that some of the money is likely finding its way to Trump in one form or another. Mom, do you think anyone should be able to buy their way out of jail with a bribe to Donald Trump?
Okay, I do not, but I asked your dad. I read that topic all the way through to him. I said, What do you think about that? Here's his answer. And this is why you don't want him on the podcast today. Pay for pardons. That's a good deal. If you got the money, get yourself out of trouble. There you go. That's what Dad said.
So he is completely against the rule of law then, Dad.
He said if you got the money and you can get yourself out of trouble,
right,
go for it. That's what your dad just said.
So then, okay, so he feels that way.
I disagree. That's breaking the law. That's not right. You should not be able to pay for a pardon.
Right.
So why are you still okay with Donald Trump? It's illegal.
But once a pardon is given, like all the pardons that Biden gave to his kid and everybody else, the pardon sticks and you can't go back.
But he's getting paid.
Unless it was the auto pen, I guess. The auto pen, maybe. You can go backwards.
Trump is accepting money for pardoning criminals. In many cases, these are people who have pled guilty to the crime.
I know. Your dad said, good deal. Get yourself out of trouble.
Well, what do you say?
No, we would never be able to do that. I say it's not right.
Okay. So you disagree with Trump on this. Trump is accepting money. Just straight, give me $1 million.
Trump.
Okay. Huh?
Yeah, that's not right. I disagree with Trump, but he's still my president.
I understand he's still your president. But like every week now, we're finding something where you're like, I disagree with him. If his name is in the Epstein files, he's not my president anymore. Well, his name's all over the fucking Epstein files.
No, not if his name's in the files. I said if he was a proven pedophile or a child molester, then he's not my president.
But
you
what
have
about
not proven that to me?
Okay.
The Epstein files have not proven that to me.
Okay, not yet beyond the shadow of a doubt. But you're saying if he's a pedophile, what if it's adult women over 18, but still was trafficking them, engaged in these nefarious acts with Epstein on his plane way more than he admitted? Why do you think he lied about that? Why do you think he lied about how many times he was on Epstein's plane?
The first time I ever read about how many times he was on there, it was like 8. So that nothing is new there to me. And I even looked at the logs, and it was he and his wife, he and his daughter. They were going back and forth. Nothing there really set off a red light
The
to
files
me.
that have come out, there's an
Uh-huh.
email, I believe it's between an assistant U.S. attorney and somebody involved with the case, says we have seen Trump has been on that plane many more times than he admitted. Why?
Because
Did
it
he
Why
go
would
to
he
the
lie
island?
about it?
The
looks really
logs that I
fucking
saw,
bad.
he did not go to the island. He went back and forth from Florida to New York or New Jersey, is what the logs that I read.
But I'm not talking about the logs that you read. I'm saying there's this one thing in the Epstein files where this person is saying he is lying about how many times he was going on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. If Trump was an FBI informant, as you believe he was, and
Mm-hmm.
was just there to take down Epstein, wouldn't he be taking a victory lap about that? I took down Epstein. I know I'm all over the
He
files,
has
but
said
I'm
that.
the only one who could have done it. Wouldn't he
He-
be behaving in that way? Instead, he's saying the Epstein files are a hoax. Stop talking about them. Does that sound like somebody who
I
would be
have read
proud of
things.
having?
I
Huh?
have read things where he said he took him down.
Okay. But he's not now doing that. You can see that, right? He's trying to divert your attention from it. He put out a thing just the other day that was like, how long are we going to keep going on about these Epstein files?
I kind of
When
feel
is
that way
enough
too.
enough?
You
Huh?
feel that way
You,
too?
well, you know why? Bill Clinton, oh my God, all the times he's in there with photographs,
Yep.
with pictures. What's
And
going to happen to him, really?
did you see his
Nothing.
response? Did you see
What's
Bill
going to
Clinton's
happen to him?
response?
Nothing.
Did you see Bill Clinton's response?
No.
He put out a long paragraph through his press person saying, release everything,
Yeah.
Oh,
including
okay.
my name, anything I'm in. The American people deserve to know the truth. Put it all out there. I'm ready.
Yeah, that he's the bad guy. Yeah.
But even he, who is definitely implicated in this shit, is saying, yes, release it all. Trump is saying, stop talking about this. This is bullshit. It's a hoax. You can understand how if someone is guilty, they would be saying what Trump is saying.
You
Trump
have
is not
just as
guilty.
much photographic evidence against Donald Trump with Epstein as you do Bill Clinton. But for some reason, you only believe that the Bill Clinton photos are bad, but the Trump ones aren't. Why? It's the
There
same
is not
caliber
as
of
many
photo.
photos. There
Yes,
is
there
not
are.
as many photos.
Donald
No,
Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files more times than anyone else. There are
his
fucking
name
dozens of photos of him with Epstein,
doesn't.
just like Clinton. Why are
His
you up his
name,
ass but not Donald Trump?
his name in there every once in a while or whatever, how many times, doesn't mean that he's a pedophile or a sex
Doesn't mean Bill
offender.
Clinton is then either, does it?
Well, there's a few more pictures with him in compromising situations. I have
No,
seen some
there's
You
of
mean
not.
those.
the one where Donald Trump is touching his dick? You mean that
I
one?
have not seen that picture.
We looked at it on the show. I showed it to you.
Oh, that was a long time ago. That wasn't like
Okay,
Epstein files.
all of Bill Clinton's photos were a long time ago. What makes him a
I just
pedophile?
don't believe some of those photos, Haley. I just don't.
Then why do you believe the Clinton photos?
Because I think he's a bad person.
Why?
This goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. You look online for whatever it is, and you already have an idea in your mind of what that story is, who's guilty, who's innocent, and whatever you see fits right into that. Even if what you see contradicts it, it doesn't in your mind. It still is proof of whatever you thought was real.
Him and Bill Clinton are the same kind of person. Cheated on their spouses, did terrible shit while they were in the White House, both in the Epstein files, both have photographic evidence that they were friends with Epstein, but for whatever reason, you only believe Clinton and not Trump. That makes no sense. They're paralleled, and it makes no sense that you believe one and not the other.
That's what my belief is, and you're not changing my mind at this point.
When you look at those Epstein files, there are a bunch of people in pictures. There are a bunch of names now implicated. We know there are 10 co-conspirators that the FBI knew about. One of them has been named, I forget the guy's name, but he was the Victoria's Secret billionaire who gave Epstein a lot of his money, or supposedly. So there are 9 others that are out there that we don't know who they are. Do you believe Bill Clinton was one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe
In
Donald
fact,
Trump
I
was one
did
of them?
read the 10, and he was one in there, but just
That they haven't, the names haven't been released
True.
of the co-conspirators.
I thought they were. I swear.
The only one that is known is that Victoria's Secret guy, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't think you do think Bill Clinton was one of them, but you don't think Donald Trump was one?
Not that he did bad things to children. I
Your
just
math
don't
is not
believe it.
mathing.
I
You're not
don't
adding
believe
up.
it.
They are the same fucking animal, Bill Clinton
I
and
don't
Donald
believe
Trump,
it.
in this regard.
Well, I don't believe it.
Because you choose not to, because you choose to ignore factual information.
Okay. Let's move on to our simmer down. I was really hoping today that Dad would be here for this. Mom, are you with us?
I'm with you.
What are you doing?
Googling.
Don't, please.
I'm here.
You're
I'm not
as bad as
Googling.
Dad.
No, I'm not
Okay.
Googling.
Can Dad come in for the simmer down?
No, he will not. You do not want him in here. No.
I do, because I want his answer to this question.
What is it? What's the question?
Who is your celebrity crush?
Why
I'll
would
go
you want
first.
an answer from him on that?
Because I'm very curious.
Okay, well, I'm going to go first, and
Please.
mine's dead, and it's Patrick Swayze.
Okay.
Shut up.
I have loved Patrick Swayze my whole life.
Number one, Patrick Swayze.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Yeah, Johnny Castle was everything to me growing up.
She's like the wind.
And
her body close to me.
Point Break, Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I love Patrick Swayze.
Now, how can that be? Because you're young and I'm older. That was my number one. I've got
I love Swayze.
Okay.
John
Who else?
Travolta.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no?
No.
But see, I like the old guys too, like Jimmy Stewart, Kevin Costner, Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorites, the Western guys.
Oh, Brandon Lee also. Obsessed with The Crow when it came out. When he died, I was really fucking upset. I loved Brandon Lee.
All right.
You want me to go ask Dad?
Yeah,
he wouldn't
please.
even know what that means.
He won't know the word celebrity crush?
You want me to go ask him?
No, I don't want to derail the entire show. All right, I was just curious. Oh, mine was Sigourney Weaver as a child.
What?
Ellen Ripley.
Seeing Alien for the first time.
I wanted to be Ellen Ripley.
I thought you might say Princess Leia in Star Wars.
It was Sigourney Weaver. It was Susanna Hoffs, lead singer of the Bangles. I remember there was a music video for En Vogue, Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow.
Oh, no.
And they're dancing around in these kind of like chrome robot bikinis. That had an impression on me as a child.
Lenny Kravitz, I think also. Lenny Kravitz for me.
Have you seen that video of him dancing around and he goes into a squat and his dick falls out of his pants?
What?
This is semi-recent. This is a couple of years ago, maybe. Check it out. Just Google Lenny Kravitz dick video. It's
him,
wild.
like,
and he just keeps playing. He doesn't give a fuck.
He lifts weights like in his leather pants at the gym. Yeah,
exactly.
I like Lenny Kravitz.
All right.
It's good energy.
All right, let's move on. Our number 4 topic is the 60 Minutes segment. This week, 60 Minutes pulled a segment that was scheduled to air called Inside CCOT, an investigative piece by veteran correspondent Sharon Alfonsi, focusing on the controversial maximum security prison in El Salvador, where the Trump administration has sent hundreds of people. The segment documented inhumane conditions, allegations of torture and abuse, constant shackling, severe beatings, torture, sexual abuse, overcrowded cells, 24-hour lighting, and lack of clean water, and showed how many Venezuelan men sent there under Trump's deportation policy had no criminal record whatsoever. CBS News abruptly pulled the CCOT segment hours before it was scheduled to air on Sunday night. The decision was made by Barry Weiss, the newly appointed editor-in-chief of CBS News, who said the piece, quote, needed more reporting and was not ready to be broadcast because no one from the Trump administration agreed to be interviewed, despite the story already passing multiple legal and editorial reviews. Despite Weiss's attempt to silence the story, a Canadian broadcaster, Global Television Network, accidentally published the original cut on its streaming app, which included the full Inside CCOT segment, and that quickly spread online, and everyone has now seen it. Mom, have you seen it?
I have not seen it, but
Okay.
I had notes on it where it said that guy can pull anything he wants. Like, it
What
didn't
guy?
have to air because Weiss can pull anything he wants.
Barry Weiss is a woman. Yes,
thought it
of
was a
course.
guy.
That's correct. The editor, what is she? Her editor-in-chief, whatever her title is. She's the one making these decisions. Absolutely. However,
And that it was something about there weren't enough comments or something.
No, she was claiming that nobody from the Trump administration had gone on camera and that they needed like the other side of the argument. But the piece was already done, edited. It had been reviewed legally. It had been reviewed editorially. And 60 Minutes was like, we're running this. Then last minute, she tried to pull it. Hello?
No, they pulled it. The network pulled it, right?
She made that decision.
Okay. And it said on the record, the comments for relevant officials or people that they interviewed were not there. So they didn't have like the correct
Trump's
comments
side.
they needed.
They didn't have anybody from the Trump administration. That's why she pulled it.
Okay.
But you don't need that because they have you haven't watched it. Haley, have you watched it?
No.
I watched the whole thing. There's an
watch it?
interview. Huh?
Where did you watch it at?
The World Wide Web.
I'm happy for you. You know how to find something there. Very happy.
If you want, I'll watch the whole thing with you. We can do an episode on that. Just you and me watching it if you want. There's an interview with a guy who is not a criminal who was sent there, and he's talking about what happened to him there, getting beaten at the guards as soon as you get there, like, you're never leaving here. They're like sinister pieces of shit. And this person had no criminal record, as did a lot of the people sent there. Are you okay with that, Mom?
No, that's not good. But what they're saying, it wasn't fair journalism yet because they didn't have enough people to say that this piece is okay to put on the air.
Watch the piece. Make that decision for yourself. It's fine to put on the air. They have footage from inside CCOT. They have an interview with the guy who was there. They are talking about all these eyewitness accounts of people who have been in there or seen the inside of it, how bad it is. And they reached out to the Trump administration and said, we want to interview somebody on your side too. Trump administration said, fuck off. We're not going to be a part of this. So they wanted to run the story. It was vetted. The story went through legal. It went through editorial. They said, yes, we're running this. Then at the last minute, CBS, aka Barry Weiss, decides, no, we're not going to do this. And this just gets folded into the larger narrative that Trump is controlling the media. Because the story is very negative against the Trump administration, obviously.
How could he control them and say don't?
The same way he can send out a tweet and be like, you need to get Jimmy Kimmel off the air, and it happens the next day. He's an authoritarian leader.
Your opinion. I just said, when I looked at it, it said there wasn't enough comments to go forward with it.
Enough comments? What does that even mean?
Like relevant comments from one side or whatever.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Haley, do you think the fact that this got leaked anyway is a blueprint for the future when MAGA loyalists are trying to silence us?
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I wholeheartedly believe. I've even seen it like in my algorithms right now on TikTok, Facebook, Meta, like all that shit. I feel like I'm already being censored. I have seen TikTok videos where literally like segments get censored. My dogs are barking. One of my friends sent me one the other day where this woman's talking about something political and literally you see like a 45-second glitch where they just eliminate what she said and then carry on with the video.
Yeah. That's the Ellison effect already coming into play. The Ellison family is basically trying to control all media. They're huge Trump supporters. So they have the largest bid in. They're going to get a piece of TikTok, and I think they'll own, controlling share of the American side of it.
Yeah.
So they will control TikTok. They're also trying to, I guess they're going head to head with Netflix right now, trying to buy Warner Brothers as well. So they'll own basically all the media.
You know what? Why aren't we talking?
We're already being censored. Like they're already, they've come out and said, like we're going to shut down any Antifa organizations online and all this bullshit. Like it's already happening. They're slapping like red flags on people's accounts who talk about like, this is where you can get a safe abortion or this is where you can, like they're already doing that.
But I think there is the people who own the social media platforms, like, yes, they can lean right. They can start to censor shit. But those platforms make money based on how many people are using them.
Right.
And if the entire left is like, fuck this, you saw it
Yeah.
happen to Twitter, really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's still enough people on Twitter that he can make some money at it or whatever, but
That's
it
fair.
hemorrhaged like 50% of its revenue. Twitter is a fucking graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
He destroyed that platform because he tried to make it right.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
a
I hope you're
question.
right.
I have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
And I know Chad's going to say, if you wanna produce the show, you can. Blah blah blah. But we should have been talking about today Trump's meeting with Ukraine.
Hasn't
And
happened yet, has it?
yeah, it's starting. It's happening today.
Yeah. We'll
What
talk
if
about it
he
next week.
does
I
end
can't
the
talk about
war?
something that hasn't happened yet.
What we could say? What a glorious day! They are meeting again. What if he does stop the war? If the war gets stopped, are you
Uh-huh.
going to give Trump some credit in some of this? Well, both
It's
of you.
not.
Yeah.
It's not going to
If
get stopped.
I
Okay.
give him credit whenever he does anything that I think is good. Last week we talked about how he moved weed from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug. I think that's fucking fantastic.
Okay.
Every once in a while he pops off and does something good. Can he get
Okay.
this war stopped in a way that is beneficial or in some way protects Ukraine?
No.
If he can do that, great. But we've
I
already
hope.
seen him try to stop these wars, like his ceasefire in Gaza that lasted like 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And he's claiming he solved that war. The Israelis are killing Palestinians every day
Yeah, that
still.
war's not over. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on to topic number 5, no National Guard. This week, the U.S. Supreme Court refused to allow the Trump administration to deploy National Guard troops to Chicago by declining to lift a lower court injunction blocking the deployment. The vote appears to have been 6-3, with Justices Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, and Neil Gorsuch dissenting from the ruling. Trump appointees Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett went against Trump, along with Chief Justice John Roberts, to concur with the majority's view. Only Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, and Neil Gorsuch sided with Trump. This decision will likely make it very difficult, if not impossible, for Trump to deploy National Guard and military forces to any other U.S. city. Mom, do you accept the Supreme Court's decision?
Of course I do. It
Okay.
just means that ICE is going to have to work harder and be more of them.
Okay. Interesting. Why do you think 2 of Trump's 3 appointed justices went against him on this?
It's not against him. They voted for what they think is right for our country. And if that's
Yeah.
what they feel, that's fine.
Okay.
And then we'll just have more ICE agents out there working harder.
So you're for having more ICE agents?
Yes.
Why?
If we can't have National Guard in to defend some of these cities, people in the cities, then we just bring in more ICE to help.
Defend them against what?
Illegal aliens.
Hang on.
What?
You now think when he's bringing the National Guard into these cities, it has nothing to do with immigration. He's saying the
Some of
crime
it.
in these cities is out of control and we need military presence there to tamp it down, which is illegal
Right.
in and of itself. Then the National Guard get to these cities and they walk around picking up trash until an assassin kills them, like happened in DC.
Right.
They're
And
not
illegal.
enforcing any laws.
There's
Then
no
ICE.
reason.
Then we can use ICE. If they won't let the National Guard defend people in the cities, then we'll use ICE.
There isn't anything to defend. This is all made up. It's just so he can be a fucking tyrant.
You keep glitching out. I think you're
It's
glitching because we
you.
have 50-mile-an-hour. I know it's me. We have 50-mile-an-hour winds today here. Sorry.
Okay. Let's move to our final topic. Trump is a human trafficker, or at least supports the idea of it. This week, Trump decided to withhold nearly $90 million in funds that Congress had appropriated to support anti-human trafficking organizations and victim services. This withdrawal of funding leaves thousands of trafficking victims without services, exposes them to risks like homelessness and re-exploitation, and undermines law enforcement investigations. The organizations impacted include anti-trafficking nonprofits that provide direct services and support to survivors, things like housing assistance and safe shelter programs, trauma-informed care and counseling, legal support for survivors, law enforcement partnerships to investigate trafficking cases, etc. More than 100 such nonprofits have lost funding as a result of this decision. This isn't the first time Trump has hindered anti-trafficking work. Earlier in 2025, there were wider rollbacks of federal efforts to combat trafficking across agencies, including cuts at the State Department's anti-trafficking office. Mom, why do you think Trump is withholding $90 million from anti-human trafficking organizations?
I don't think he's holding it. I think it's going to be released within the next month, few weeks. I think this is the end of the year. It's a reset. They're slowing it down.
That's wrong.
What I have read on
Yeah.
the World Wide Web, it will be released.
Okay. Well, okay, even if that's
My
true, it's
opinion.
not, but let's say that it is. Why would they be waiting to release money to these organizations that now have to close because they're not funded?
They're
And
going
these
to
are,
get the money. It's just a slow reset, it said.
they don't exist anymore. So it's going to be very hard to get that money when the organization no longer exists.
What I read, they'll be refunded.
Okay. So you don't see this as him making it easier for people to do human trafficking?
No.
Okay. Haley, why do you think he's withholding the $90 million?
To fucking keep it?
Yeah.
To put it in his pocket? I mean, that's why they're closing down all of these
God.
government agencies and all the federally funded programs. He is keeping the fucking money.
Oh, yeah. He needs money.
Part of his
He
big
doesn't need
Christmas push this on Christmas Day was a fundraising email that went out that was like, we really need your money. Trump sucks everyone's money that he can. That hat that you're wearing is that. You know what I mean? Like there's been no other president in the history of our country who has been selling cologne and Bibles and coins and shoes, all with his name on it, to get your money.
He's a grifter. He's a snake oil salesman, and you're gullible and you bought it.
Your opinion. I don't believe that.
I'm not the one sitting here with a fucking Trump hat on. Not in all of my 44 years have I ever endorsed a fucking presidential candidate with a goddamn hat.
What's that? You bought a Christmas ornament?
I was gifted a Trump 4547.
It's insane.
It came from Trump Towers. Thank you very much, Jules. I love it. Bob loves it. It's on our Christmas tree.
Like, do you realize how insane it is that you are basically his fandom? Like, you are a fan base of a fucking president.
He's my president. Fandom. I love our country. I love our president. He's turning our country around.
It's embarrassing. Like, walking around with presidential merch on. That's an embarrassment. That's fucking weird.
I find it quite patriotic, and I support our president.
It's bizarre.
I'm proud to be an American.
Have you ever seen any other president with merchandise that people actively wear out and about? Ever?
During election years, probably, yes.
This isn't election years, though. Every other week, he's got some new thing he's selling you. NFTs, his crypto, the coin. I mean, when I bought Dad that Trump Bible for his birthday or whatever, I was like laughing, like, I can't believe that you don't see through this. Yeah. He's selling a Bible.
I was wondering where my gifts were this Christmas from Trump, and I didn't get any from you.
I gave you guys some popcorn and some sugar-free cookies.
Yeah, we've ate it. Dad's got
enjoy
farts all over the house. Yep.
But like the idea of somebody putting their name on a Bible and selling it to you, you don't see how that is just a grotesque display of grifting and co-opting Jesus Christ to get your money?
No, I think it's quite smart.
Smart because it's getting people's money.
It's bringing his name to attention.
No, he's fooled you. You have been grifted.
That's your opinion.
All right. Well, I guess Mom is out of juice. So we're going to wrap this one up early. Kind of a low energy episode. But tonight...
Me out of juice. Who was yawning through the whole damn thing today?
I'm on like 4 different medications. It turns out I'm allergic to my fucking antibiotic, and I almost... my throat almost closed up, and I had to go get a steroid shot. It's just one thing after another. So now I'm on steroids, and I'm fucking tired all the time.
And then she thought she was having a kidney stone the other night. So it just
still might.
Yeah.
Turns out Augmentin can cause kidney stones. Turns out I'm allergic to that, and I might have gotten a kidney stone.
Jesus, I hope not.
You need to pump up your immune system for sure. I love you, Haley.
Dad needs to pump up his goddamn immune system. Where is he?
Yeah, his blood sugar's sky high today. It's not good.
Why?
And when it gets that high,
What
you
was he
Probably because
eating?
he's eating popcorn.
Yeah, and sugar-free cookies that Chad gave him, but
Well, sugar-free cookies ain't doing it.
They still have sugar
it
alcohol.
has
Oh.
sugar alcohol in it, and maltitol, which is a explosive laxative. Thank you, Chad.
That
For
probably
real.
helps him out. Maybe it'll carve down his belly a little bit.
That's a good one. Ooh,
Thank you.
I love you, Chad. I love you, Haley.
Oh, you're wrapping it up. All right. I love both
Okay.
of you as well. Thank you for joining me. Tonight, for those who are here at the end of the episode, I will be doing a live 6 p.m. PST. You can come on there and ask me questions about today's episode or anything else. I answer as many as I can. Are you going to join me for that, Haley?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
At
Mom?
6, so that's 8 o'clock my time.
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm not asleep, can I join, or do you not want me on there? Because then
No,
people,
of course. You can
Yeah,
join.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock
they're
our
not
time.
asleep. I might. We'll see. But do people trash me on their bad?
No.
No, it's just
Okay.
questions about, whatever we talked about that day and our
Okay.
family and stuff like that.
I'm not going to be trashed
You're
because I'm not trash
trashing.
anymore.
What?
Pack the planet.
Oh, is Mom there?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Your
here.
internet's
I'm
terrible.
glitchy.
Okay,
I'm
thank you everyone
glitchy.
for joining us. We will be back tonight. Like I said, my sister and I, perhaps my sister, my mother and I, doing our live 6 p.m. PST on our YouTube channel. Check that out. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Bye.